Once Upon a Time by Hobbit Falls on Archive of Our Own. Narrated by Kimberly Likes Tea. Chapter 6 The Prince and the Pea.
All of these princes, and not one of them fits your standards.
Vil sighed as he sent away the latest prince.
None of them are real enough for you.
Our brother is extremely picky, isn't he, Ronald? Appel asked, looking at Rook.
Only the best for our oldest, Ernest.
Rook replied, I'm only dismissing them because none of them are ace. Deuce thought sourly to himself. He was getting tired of being separated from Ace every time they ended up in a new story. Outside of the castle he was stuck in with the Pompadour trio, wind and rain battered heavily outside the window. He hoped that Ace wasn't caught in the storm, and sighed worriedly. This caused Appel and Rook to frown at him, and Vil clapped his hands.
Right.
He declared, gaining the attention of the others.
How about this, Derek? The next prince who enters this castle, we will put him to the test, to see if he is a real prince.
Right. Deuce realized, I'm in The Princess and the Pea. Then that means... Right on cue, a loud knocking came at the door. Deuce rushed forward and yanked open the doors, smiling in relief when it was Ace who was present. His clothes were all tattered and he held a flimsy coat around his shivering body. He tried to grin at Deuce, but winced when a strong gust of wind hit him. Are you just gonna stand there like an idiot, or are you gonna let me inside? Ace chattered.
Oh, right.
Deuce muttered apologetically, leading the other boy inside.
You really have the worst luck in these stories.
Tell me about it, Ace muttered, looking around. What story are we in now?
The Princess and the Pea, and you'll never guess who my family members are in this story.
Derek.
Vil's voice called from across the room.
Who was at the door?
Oh, great, Ace sighed. The Pompadour trio. That means Appel is here too, isn't he?
You need to stop being jealous of him, Ace.
Deuce grinned, bumping shoulders with the other boy.
Remember? I love you.
Ace's face turned red before turning it and coughing into his fist. Don't say that in front of them, Ace muttered. Remember, we need to stick to the story.
Right.
Oh my.
Vil exclaimed as the two approached.
And who might you be, poor boy?
My name is Adam, Ace replied, the name falling out of his mouth almost seamlessly. My carriage got stuck in the mud, and my horses broke loose. Please, can you help me? My father, the King of Hearts, is most definitely worried about me.
A prince, eh?
Rook asked, raising a brow at Deuce. Doesn't really look like one to me, Appel replied, Ace glaring at him.
Now,
Vil stated, placing a hand on the other two's shoulders.
if he says he's a prince, then I believe him. We'll prepare a room for you right away. Derek, please follow me. Ronald, Ernest, please look after Prince Adam until we return.
Deuce sent a worried glance to Ace, who just gave him a small smile in return as he was dragged away by Rook and Appel.
I have my doubts about that boy.
Deuce whipped around to see Vil lost deep in thought, his arms folded against his chest.
I do too, Father.
Deuce nodded, internally wincing.
How will we prove he's telling the truth?
Don't worry about that one bit, my boy.
Vil grinned, a twinkle in his eye.
I have the perfect plan for this.
Are you fucking kidding me? Both Ace and Deuce stood at the bottom of a ladder that rested against 20 mattresses, and underneath all of those mattresses lay a single pea, According to what Vil had told Deuce, only a real prince is delicate enough that he would be able to feel the pea under all of those mattresses. Ace let out a heavy sigh as he grabbed a rung of the ladder. Well, he began, beginning to climb the ladder. I'll see you in the morning, Deucey.
Wait,
Ace froze and turned back to Deuce, who was holding out his hand. Ace confusingly took it, startling a bit as Deuce kissed it.
good night, my prince.
Deuce smugly smiled. Is this payback for what I did in Beauty and the Beast? Ace asked, holding his hand close to his chest.
It might be.
Deuce laughed.
Or maybe I just wanted to do it.
How charming, Ace said flatly. I'm going to bed.
Sleep well.
You know the story, you know I won't! Deuce laughed again before exiting the room, coming to a stop when he saw Appel and Rook waiting outside for him. Looks like someone is getting friendly with Prince Adam. Appel chuckled.
Let's just hope that he's the real prince you're looking for, Derek.
Rook chimed in. Deuce swallowed nervously before nodding and following the others towards the dining room. I really hope I'm right about this story. Vil, Rook, Appel, and Deuce were all situated at the dining table when Ace strolled in, yawning wide. Bags decorated his eyes and he stumbled forward, tripping over his own feet.
Oh my dear.
Vil stated, blinking in surprise.
You don't look very well.
I apologize, Your Majesty. Ace muttered, yawning again. I appreciate the help you've given me, but that was the most uncomfortable I've ever felt in a bed before. I felt like there was a rock poking my back the entire time. Silence washed over the group before Deuce hastily stood up, the chair making an ugly sound as it scraped against the floor. Ace braced himself as Deuce rushed forward and hugged him, lifting him up and spinning him around.
You are a real prince.
Deuce laughed, joy evident in his voice.
Only a real prince would be able to feel that tiny pea under all of those mattresses.
Yeah, I did tell you that I was. Ace chuckled, wincing at Deuce's tight grip. Can you put me down now, please? You're hurting me.
Oh, sorry.
This is cause for a celebration.
Vil exclaimed, clapping his hands excitedly.
A wedding, Prince Derek and Prince Adam. Oh, we must get to planning immediately. Ronald, Ernest, follow me, please.
With that, the Pompier trio were gone like a gust of wind. Well, they sure know how to make an exit. Ace huffed, turning to Deuce. Now, what? He was cut off by Deuce grabbing both of his hands, looking giddy. What's got you all excited? Ace asked, raising a brow. It's slightly disturbing.
Shut up.
Deuce replied with no heat in his voice.
We only have 2 more stories to go through. We're almost out of here.
Do you think the others noticed that we've been gone a while?
Most likely only you and Grim. I'm not too sure about the others.
Ace was about to speak, but a light formed between their hands. The two looked at each other, sharing a grin. 5 stories down, 2 to go. Thank you for watching today's fanfic. All links to the original fic and art that's featured will be listed below in the description. I decided to do something new today in terms of the voice, so let me know if you enjoyed it or not. And as always, thank you for your support. See you next time.